Welcome. This is Tools of Fortune on Thursday, 2 5 2026. And we are starting with questions that are holdovers from yesterday's readings. Okay, it looks like everything's clear here. So we have a few holdovers from yesterday's reading, and this was from It's Just DeRay, and I think there's 5 here. And It's Just DeRay wishes for me to read his fortune, so which is essentially just a general reading. I have to learn to not lean my elbows on the table because all these motions transfer into motions into the microphone stand, which is not even connected to the table, causing noises like whoop, 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 whoop noises. Because I don't have a proper microphone stand for my USB microphone. All right. For It's Just DeRay, for your fortune. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. We want to see what it has to say. Okay, so what I see for you, DeRay, is that you are in the process of making a difficult transition. So these two cards together show that you are walking away from something, you are moving away from something. And in the process of walking away from whatever it is that you're walking away from, you're going to gain a different perspective with the hanged man here. So it's like you guys are just hanging out there upside down, looking at the world differently. So you're transitioning away from something, but you're just hanging on. This one shows is that it's not an easy transition. It's one that is that you're very resistant. You're resistant to moving on, and so Spirit is telling you that you really need to do this. You need to leave behind whatever it is that is plaguing you at this moment. You need to walk away, because when you walk away, something new is going to come out of that. Now, at the same time, this walking away is going to involve for you to break societal norms. This is the norms that you are, or your tradition, your family unit, whatever this is, you're going to have to go away from it and not stick to the hierarchy or the traditions or the rules that had bound you into this place. So this is telling you that you need to move away, and two cards that say move away, and so don't do what the traditions tell you should do in this matter. Just move away from it. Okay, in that you're going to gain a new perspective, but with this moving away, maybe it was a love interest, a past love interest, and now there is a new love interest that is coming out of this. So I'll put this card over here because this looks like this is something that's going on in the future. It could be a love interest with a person, or it could be a new creative pursuit. It could be something different that is fun. Maybe you join a bowling league and something like that. And so let's go take a look at what the numbers show. And we have up numbers and down numbers. And so your down numbers, which we'll start first, are just 2, 6, and 5. That's 11. And 11 is your down. So that's a sense of being out of balance. And your up number is 12, 20, 31, and 4. So this is a foundational thing. What is going on with you that you need to move into, move out of, it is a foundational issue. But this 11/2, 11 in so your number 2, meaning that is about the balancing between the masculine and the feminine, but you're out of balance. This is out of balance. And then if you take a look at the 11 in a tarot sense, that number 11 is the justice card. So whatever is going on that you are moving away from, it is injustice. You're moving away from injustice. That's what this number show you. And for that, now I want to just kind of take a look. I think what I want to do is I want to go grab you a page number, and we're going to do a little bit of a bibliomancy here, and see if it shows anything else as far as what it is that you are moving to, what it is you are moving away from. That's kind of what we're looking. And so I have these two tops. They will gave me the page number that is geared towards the St. Joseph's Missal. And we'll just give this top a whirl. And so the first page number is 12. 12, and let's go and remember that. I'll put that over here. 12. So there's a 0 point that's right here. And so maybe you'll never see this. It's just a ray, but I did tag you in the description of this live stream. Oh, no, that's not going to work. That's gotten away from me. This stone came from Istanbul. So the number there is 1, 12. I hit the mic again. I got to stop doing that. Don't hit the microphone, Bill. And this is Tools of Fortune for entertainment purposes only. And the last digit here it lands on 5. So 1, 12, 12, 15. Okay, 12, 15. And we'll just put this over here. So 12, 15, we're just going to examine these numbers. So that is like 3 and 6. And so together it equals to 9. 3, 6, 9. And 3 being what you are dealing with is self-expression, expressing yourself in this situation. Cherie, Asana, welcome. So it is about expression and about love and harmony. So in this fortune that you're looking at, it is really about coming into a place where you can perfect yourself in this moment and have a more perfect kind of point of view, more perfect view of it. This is a secret. So today you are going to answer 5 questions from the description is right. I have 5 questions in the description. These are carryovers from yesterday, people whose questions I did not get to them. And so we're going to go look at page 1215. 1215 in in this book to see what 1215 has to reveal for It's Just DeRay. And if I have times left over, I will get on with you. I'm going to go through these questions as quickly as possible because they are not here. Maybe they will never see these answers, but some of these answers may just apply to you. 1215. So this is about prophecy. This is about tomorrow. It's about today. Prophecy in the biblical sense is more about it's not always about tomorrow, but a lot of times it's about telling of today. So this is about this what this page refers to is to what is going on today, Dure. So we have the Lord said to Elijah, you shall anoint Elijah, son of Shaphat of Abel Meloah, as prophet to succeed you. So it's a succession. So one of the things that here is that a succession. So what you may be going on with you, Dure, is you are moving from one place. So a succession is transferring the power from one to another. So Elijah set out, okay, about this cloak, okay, well, you are in my inheritance. So it's about inheritance. Inheritance. So we have a succession, inheritance. So something is going to be passed on to you. You are going to inherit something. So that is what is that, and so that could be what the reluctance that you are going through, Dure. That there is, there has been some major loss in your life, a major loss, and you are moving on from that, and it's very difficult. So take refuge. So take refuge in your faith. Take refuge. Refuge, that's a word that has popped out of here. Welcome, Hector. Welcome. Oh, I have a migraine, Asana. I have kind of on the tail end of it. Maybe I'll probably wake up with more of it tomorrow. I do have chronic. So we're looking at refuge, taking refuge. So finding a safe place for you to be yourself. So what I'm gaining from this, Dure, is that in this thing that you are transitioning from one place to another, and you are resisting that change, but the tarot is saying is that you really need to not adhere to these rules. So you have to accept this succession, this inheritance. This may not be about any physical inheritance. It may be that you are inheriting a new job, or you are inheriting over here it says this in a new infatuation. Something new is coming into your life. It's maybe like an inheritance. So hopefully these things make sense to you, but the spirit is telling you that when you feel lost, when you feel alone, when you are afraid, make sure that you take time away in a safe place. That's about this refuge. So to take refuge so you can rebalance yourself, so you can bring the harmony back in, and you can come into a place where you can express yourself. 1, 2, 1, 5. 5 about change. 1 about something new happening. 2 about balance. 1 about something new happening. It's all about something new happening. That's what is going on here. Something new is going to happen, Dure, but you have to transition away from this difficult thing. And so this transition, and here a succession, a transition. I hope that makes sense to you. And all right, and now let's go move on to the next question. We'll just do one of these, and then if somebody else has a question, we'll see. Now this one is going to probably go pretty fast. And all right, so let's go clear the air, and I'm going to move this really fast. One of these love things, a person, their love life broke up. Are they coming back? Well, I did have an initial response yesterday about this. I didn't really vocalize it, but we will look at it here. So let's clear the air. Mother Mary, Lovely has a question. Mother Mary, Lovely wants to know if her ex-boyfriend is coming back into her life. Okay, we will do a 3-card yes/no spread here. I'm going to mix and match the cards. Give it a little shuffle. Now, if you guys are new here, I'm going to suggest that you go to the post page. If you have a question on my post page, there is a spot for questions. And so if you have some detailed questions, then I do video responses for questions, or Okay, Cherie, let me finish this question, and then I will get on with you here. Let's go do a shuffle. Okay, is he coming back? Is he coming back? Okay. All right. Put a heart button out there. Thank you guys for pushing the heart button. Okay, and 1, 2, 3. Lovely, it is a possibility that he is coming back. It's a maybe. See, my initial thought was a big fat no on this. And so the card surprised me here. So what we got here in this sense of it is kind of a stuck here, and we have 6. And so he may be coming back in order to reestablish some harmony in his life. He wants to change, but he doesn't feel like there is change. So is he coming back? Maybe. If he does come back, it's because he's trying to change but can't change, and therefore the total thing about here is about 11. It's a matter of justice, and it's a matter of balance. So justice and balance. This is what this is about. So if he does come back, it's because of this reason. He wanted to gain some justice in his life. Maybe he comes back to explain to you why he broke up. But in this, maybe there's a new opportunity for you, Lovely. This might turn into a new opportunity, new potential regarding the body. And then, but you need to be a strong mind. This is a strong mind and leadership here. But in here is a bunch of bullying, and so this is maybe why they left in the first place. Okay, I hope that helps to answer your question. Maybe it gives you a little hope. I don't know. I'm going to go move on to one of the people in the chat. And so we have, okay, so what have we got here? Let's go up here. We have, welcome Hector, welcome Cherie, welcome Asana, welcome Diane, welcome Kristen, and welcome Rebecca. So we will do some other questions here. Hector said hi. Okay, Hector is Karma. Your name is Karma. Diane, new here, Diane. And so Cherie, SHAR. You know, there's 17 people lurking in. Can you guys push the like button for the 14, 17 people that are here? Like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content. This is Tools of Fortune for entertainment purposes only. 2526. And your question is, wait, what is going on in my life? Okay, so Cherie is all over the place. All over the place. Cherie wants to know what is going on in my life. Okay. All right, Cherie. If you're here, I want you to be here with me right now. We're going to be moving on. I'm going to move you up to this position. There's somebody else who had a question too. I want to write it down. Rebecca, was that it? Rebecca has a question. Rebecca. Okay. I will be right with you. Let me write down Rebecca's question before it gets lost. Rebecca. Okay. Is that a question? My heart is pounding. I think you're me. Maybe you don't have a question, Rebecca. Rebecca, do you have a question or not? You know, I don't think I can answer what city or state you belong in. I don't think I can answer that question. I don't really have a map card, but maybe we can figure something out for you. But let's just go here. I don't think Rebecca has a question, but then we have a spirit lad here. LAD. What city or state do I belong in? Okay, so we're going to go to Cherie. So Cherie, let's start by clearing the air. Let's clear the air, clear the spirits out of the air so that this space is for Cherie right now. Mother Mary, Cherie has a question. Mother Mary, Cherie wants to know what is going on in her life. So what I want to do, Cherie, is we're going to go in and find out where you are in your life. We need to go. So this is a major arcana oracle deck right here. And we're going to go in to this and look at to see where you're at. You're all over the place, and so you want to see where you're at. So what we are, I'm going to do a little explaining here about how this kind of works. We're going to mix up all the cards, and I'm going to shuffle them around, and you're going to tell me when to. I'm going to give you a bunch of instructions, and Okay, so Diane, it's about your boyfriend. Does your boyfriend love you? So I see that you were here first, Diane. And let me write your question down. So, does my BF really love me? And this is for Diane. Diane. Okay. All right. So this is you, Cherie. Cherie, this is you. And this is you right now. This is who you are. This is you. So you're not Phoenix. Okay, Rebecca Davis. Okay. Okay. So you think you're going mad. All right. Let's just I'm right here at Cherie's reading, and then we'll be with you as soon as I can. So this is you. This is who you are in this oracle. And I want to explain who you are. And so you have this trusty dog here at your feet that is loyal and is joining you everywhere on this journey. You are holding a white rose of purity in your hand. And you are bathed by the light of eternal light. And this is bathing you, and this is the state that you came into this journey in. And so I'm going to try to figure out where you're at. Okay, we're going to take these cards. I'm going to take these cards and I'm going to mix them up. We're going to mix them up. And this is kind of getting a sense of what is going on. I need a little bit more space here. All right. We are mixing the cards up. All right, mix them up here and just mix them up really, really well. Okay, are you here, Cherie? Please be here right now. Okay, I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling, Cherie. Okay, so we have 20 lurkers in and 6 like. Your belly's hurting. Okay, this is for Cherie. And tell me when to stop shuffling. I need you to tell me when to stop shuffling. Okay, right here. Okay. All right. Okay, what it shows here is that you are just about ready to slam into a tower. So what you have coming behind you is the magician. And the magician is at the beginning, is like this figure in the beginning of the journey. And the magician has all these tools, and these are the things that are needed in order for you to progress forward in your life. That you have everything that you need to live your life, but you are in this place now this one now you're in a place of distrust. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust your senses of what's going on, and so you are chasing after this and that, and you're all in the sense of you are all over the place. You have no sense of direction, and in a sense that you've lost your faith. And so that what's happening here is that what's going to be happening, it is maybe happening now or will be happening, is that you're going to slam into a wall, and your whole world is just going to come unglued and come apart. So like this, these are all aspects of your life, and and so something hit your the tower of your house, and it blew the crown off, and everything seems like it's on fire. And so this is probably why you want to know what's going on in your life, is because everything is becoming unglued. Okay? And so in this, and so what happens at the end of this, Cherie, is that you will generally in this fool's journey, what happens after this is that you will come in and to reform your life. So let's just take a look. We'll take a look at these numbers here. I recently went through a tower moment myself, and it took me a couple months to restart everything. So we're looking at, so the number here that we're looking at is the number 8, which is a manifestation number. So you, while you're all over the place. So let's go take a look here. I'm going to go into this oracle. Cherie, the walls in your house is cracking. Okay. I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling here. I'm going to shuffle these. This is my own oracle that I've made. And I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling. For those of people everyone who's been asking questions previously, could you please go to my community tab place and put your question in there? Because I have a lot of chat messages here, and I'm not so sure that I'm going to be able to find your question. So to make sure that your questions get answered, I want to make sure that you're attended to. Okay? So if you can do that for me, that would be great, to go into the community tab and just go into there under the latest post that is there and state your question in that spot, and then come back and tell me I've posted my question. Okay, I don't do astrology, so I don't know what Capricorn reading is. I apologize. So, Cherie, can you tell me when to stop shuffling here, please? Just tell me when to stop shuffling, so we can get some kind of an idea. What looks like that card just popped out. So it's about the number 11. It's about regaining balance. It's about regaining a sense of justice. Trying to think of where, and so what we're looking at, what came to my mind here, there's a couple things. Is you got to start walking in your own feet, shoe. So you got your heart, the moon. The moon, in this sense, represents your unconscious mind, and your heart. To going into your heart, going into your heart, going into those things which are hidden from view. And you can do this through journaling. That's one of the things, the techniques that you have. Just write down whatever comes into your head, write it down. But you need to learn how to walk in your own shoes, walk in your own feet, not walk in somebody else's shoes. So the key here to getting past this tower moment, to getting past this place where you are all over the place, the key is in walking in your own shoes and not in other people's steps. You have to find what it is that you want to do. Look inside. Look inside. Uncover what is hidden inside you, in your heart, in your mind. Write it down in ink. This to help to build up the square, build up the foundation of your tower again. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense at all? Does that make sense, Cherie? So we're looking at, you want to manifest 8 as a manifestation number. You want to manifest stability and justice. Justice and stability. And this comes through writing. It comes through writing down what is in your mind. When you do the act of writing, it's like vocalizing. It's like it's poor man's therapy is what it is. Writing your thoughts. And don't do it in your phone. Just do it on literal paper. Get a paper book and write this stuff down. You don't have to write sensitive stuff down. You can use shorthand for that, so that in case somebody finds your journal, that they won't know what the hell you're talking about. But ink. Using ink to pen what it is that is going on in your head. Okay? I hope that helps. But you remember here, you need to, but this is the key. It is about shoes. And what do shoes do? You put your feet into shoes and you walk. And you need to put your feet in your shoes, not other people's shoes. All right. You're welcome. So we had Diane or Lad. Now, is Diane still here? Diane was one of the early persons to come in. Is she still here? Well, we're going to continue forward with Diane's question. A lot of people are trying to control you. They're pushing you this way or that way. Okay. Yeah, well, that's what I was gathering here. You've hit this wall. You got to become you. Set your boundaries up, your square, your foundation. Build the foundation of your life and use the power of ink on paper to figure out who you are. Okay. All right, let's go to Diane. Mother Mary, Diane has a question. Mother Mary, Diane wants to know if her boyfriend really loves her, or is he just pretending? Okay, all right, Diane. You need to be here with me, and I'll have some instructions for you, and you need to answer them. And just so if you're new here and you have a question, there's been a lot of messages in the chat. I don't know if I'm going to get to your question, but please go to my community tab post and post your question there, and I will try to, and that way we have it on file. And so the question is Does Diane's boyfriend love her? Okay, Diane, you need to tell me when to stop shuffling. When do I stop shuffling? So do you want the cards this way or this way? You want this one here, under, or this over? Under or over? Under or over? Under, over. Okay? Well, it looks like he does love you, but it's a soft yes, Diane. I see it as a yes with a question mark. And so it's not a firm yes. It's not a no. So it starts out over here with the Ten of Pentacles, and this is sort of rooted in the body. And in this, his love for you, there's a huge money component to it. And his love for you is contingent upon money success. And then there is a sense of a strong mind, a strong-minded individual by the King of Swords. But at the same time, his foundation is weak. So the love that he has for you is weak. It's weak because maybe he has some self-esteem issues. Yes, he's a strong person, a leader. But what is weakening his foundation here in this sense is that he doesn't feel you drive him crazy, okay? What it senses, there's some kind of an issue with money. Money or prosperity or success. So, welcome, Melroy. Welcome. So what I see, this is kind of what the card shows. And it may be, Diane, that he, like so many men, judge their own attractiveness through their money, through the size of their pocketbook. So he loves you, yes, but there's a but there. And just from this energy here, some of that but could be he's inflexible, some inflexibility. Think about the angel number 1717. Actually, that's 17 people looking in and 17 likes. But we're looking at, let me see, let me just take a look. What do we have? 24, 6. So that's about, harmony, love, harmony. Love. And then 4, which is that's 4 as a weak foundation. So there are some foundational issues here going on. And he probably doesn't talk about these things either. So does this help at all, Diane? Do I do you have any clarity about this? You doubt his love because of your issues? But what I see here is, like I say, there's something about money. There's something about um, strong mind, being an ethical person, and then overall, it's 10. It's about the end of a thing and the beginning and the end throughout all of this. A new beginning, maybe, perhaps, or an inability to change. The foundation's weak. Yeah, well, Diane, that's fairly typical male. Men have a hard time expressing what they feel. And oftentimes they have no idea what they feel anyways. Of your mental health, it drives them crazy. Okay. Your boyfriend, if he's like any man, your boyfriend probably doesn't have the faintest clue what he's feeling inside. And that probably drives you crazy too. That drives you crazy because you want an answer and he can't give you an answer, which makes you more crazy inside. So, Diane, I'm going to give you a piece of advice here. You're an overthinker. All right, I'm going to give you a piece of advice here, and I think that you need to relax a little bit here and not smother him, and especially because, like I'm saying, men don't know what they feel. Men don't know what they feel. Let's go get just another card here. Just a singular card. And this one I'm going to draw it on you. You just tell me when to stop. This is about you. We're going to be drawing a card about you. What is... So Diane, I want you to tell me when to stop shuffling. And... Okay. Over or under? Over or under? Under. Over or under? All right. So you feel confusion. That's what you're feeling right now. You're confused by the situation. But there is enlightenment to be had here. You are confused, but through your confusion, you can gain understanding. And so, you know, maybe you could do this. Maybe you could do this. This might be an option for you. Hit the mic again. Go to your boyfriend. And just take a piece of paper and says, now this, maybe you don't really want to know the answer to this. Do you love me? Go present something like this to him, but maybe you don't want to know the answer. probably don't want to know the answer, so maybe you shouldn't do that. There is enlightenment to be had here, Diane, but you are confused. To see through the confusion, spend more time observing your boyfriend and observe his behaviors. More about what his behaviors are and less about what he says. Okay? Does that make sense? Observe his behaviors and not what he says. Because your boyfriend most likely doesn't have the faintest clue what he's feeling. And men love through their actions. Men feel secure by how much money they have. When they feel money insecure, they feel unattractive, especially when a man is in a build stage. A build stage is between the time that they begin working till the time they're somewhere around 50 years of age. And a man is in a build stage for 30 years of his life or more, depending on how ambitious they are. So money would be the thing that would make him feel insecure, because that is the nature of man. So it's been tight for him. Okay. And being the money has been tight for him, he feels insecure. He feels like, well, maybe you won't love him if he doesn't have enough money. So, but there's a strong mind. He's a strong person. He's a wise person. Sometimes you got to trust them, okay? And then it's this sense of a weak foundation, or needs better help managing his money. Okay. All right, Diane. Thank you for letting me read for you. Now, is Lad still here? Is Lad still here? So you show him a lot. You show him. So it's really, love is about an action. Love is more about how we behave towards one another, how we act versus what we say. So, what is his favorite food? Cook his favorite food. What did he like that his mom made for him? His favorite thing that his mom made for him. Find out what that is and learn how to do that. You about your career. Okay. So is Lad still here? Is Lad still here? Now, while we are kind of in between things, I want to show you, for those of you who are new here, this can really help me out. You can really help me out if you go into my channel and come over here to the posts and put your question right into here. So if you list your question down here, Lad, okay, there he is. Lad has listed that question. That's good. Good the Lad has done that. And so post your question here. Then I can come in, because there's a lot of messages in the chat, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to scroll through there and get to all your questions. So please put your questions here, and then I will get to your questions. Okay? So Lad is next, and I'm going to answer Lad's question. Yeah, find that out. You know, his very favorite food, and then go ask his mom how she made it. That's always a good way. So, how What city or state do you belong in, lad? Okay, let's just see what we can get. I don't think I can get it down to the state, but let's see what we can get from here. Oh, his mom is deceased. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if lad is still here, but we will try. Elizabeth, welcome. Lady T, welcome. All right, so we are answering a question for lad. All right, well, I don't know if lad is here. Oh, you're there. Great. All right, lad, I want you to tell me when. Oh, wait, I forgot. I got to do another step here. Let's clear the air here. Mother Mary, lad has a question. Mother Mary, lad wants to know where he belongs. Where in the United States should he move? What part is he? What region is he best suited for? Okay? You need to tell me when to stop. Tell me when to stop shuffling, lad. All right. This one popped out. 32 is the number. Maybe in the 32nd state? Maybe. Maybe in the second state or the fifth state? Oh, second, third, or fifth? 25? 3? Okay, we got a bunch of numbers that are popping out here. 3 plus 2 is 5. 2 and 3, 5. Or 32. Okay. What state is your family in? Lad, what state is your family in? Maybe you should move someplace that is where the most of your family. Do you get along with your family? Maybe you don't get along with your family. So then family is kind of two things here. Family is the people that gave birth to you and brought you into this world, but it is also your ancestors. It's also about ancestors. So what state do you belong in? Family. So you're trying to get away from your family. What about your not the family of your birth? What about other parts of your family? How about to move by the sea? Seattle. Just you and your 2 kids. You can move to Seattle. Seattle is very expensive, but there is opportunity. There's opportunity. Um, there is opportunities. So you can go to this place, a place, and build a family. Seattle by the sea or Everett. Everett, Washington is kind of by the sea. It's actually on the Puget Sound. There's a Navy base right across the street from, right out from Everett. Or sea, Seattle, Everett, Olympia. Olympia is probably a little cheaper to live in. Seattle is pretty expensive. An expensive place to live. But there are opportunities there. A place to build a new family. So maybe go to Washington State by the sea. So you have cousins in Seattle. Okay, well, maybe you do have family in Seattle. Maybe family you that are there, cousins, but they're you maybe you want to get away from them, but maybe these cousins aren't ones that you want to get away from. You can ask them for help to move you there or move you in the area, into the area of Seattle. I like Everett. Everett's a good place. Everett is, there's like to go into Seattle, it's like 1 or 2 buses. I lived in Seattle for a long time. Tacoma, I mean, there's that place. I would recommend Everett over Seattle because of the cost of living. And you could live in Everett without an automobile. You could live in Seattle without an automobile. But I've heard that Seattle, since 2020, is not as livable as it was prior to 2020. So COVID changed everything for a lot of these big cities. So Everett, go move by the sea. Maybe there's like Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon, I think, is by the sea. One of the islands. Um, okay, here's another place you could. Well, this would be an expensive place to live. Seaside. Seaside, that's in Oregon. Of course, I feel my ancestors every time I go to Seaside. My ancestors, my immigrant ancestors, many of them settled in the Seaside, Astoria area. And I live on the West Coast. And I like Seaside. But so there's also the East Coast. There's the East Coast has a sea. Maybe move to Oregon, Washington. Just go look on your map. Let's just pull up a map of Oregon, Washington, and see if we can narrow things down a little bit here. Pacific Northwest. It is expensive to live on the ocean. That's the harder part about living on the ocean is that it is expensive. Now, if you want to mitigate the expenses of moving on the sea, okay, let me. Okay, if you want to mitigate those expenses, you can live close to the sea and and then not have to. This is an option. Tillamook. Tillamook is a industrial city in Oregon near the sea. You know, there's the Tillamook Cheese Factory. There is, it's wet all the time. It's not too far from the sea. Tillamook, I think it's like 17,000. 17,000. I know you can't see that, but this here is a city of about 16, 17,000. And it's not there very far. It's really close to the sea. It's close enough that it it has a pretty mild climate, though it rains all the time. Now, this is Oregon. Now, if we come on down to other places near the sea, there are this. A lot of people. Otis is a place. Otis and Rose Lodge are places to live. They are close to the sea, and it's not insanely expensive. However, when you move into these rural areas, your economic opportunities get shut down. So Lincoln City is expensive to live there, but there's a casino in Lincoln City, and casinos can be really good place to work, provided you don't have a criminal record. If you don't have a criminal record, you can move to, and Lincoln City has a casino in it. It's a Chinook Winds Casino. Let's see if we can go find that for you on the map. Comes right up here. Right here. Chinook Winds Resort and Casino. It's right by the sea. It's in Oregon. It's for the Siletz Indians. It's their tribal casino, and casinos are good. They're hard places to work, but they're good places to work. They can be good places to work with medical benefits and things like that. I think their starting wage is like $15 an hour for almost all jobs. And if you're in a tip job, you might be able to make more if you can do alcohol service. That it's limited opportunities, but that would be a good place to work. Okay. Other places in Oregon to go south. Newport, another industrial city. More industrial, less tourism. Less tourism, okay? Now we're going to come on down further south. Come on down further south, and then you look at Florence. Now, Florence is, it is a city that has a lot of opportunities in healthcare because there's a lot of old people who live there. Now, that's in Oregon. I live in Oregon, so I know this is my state. I used to live in Washington. Now, other places by the sea that aren't so expensive is like the place where Aberdeen, no record. No record. Okay. So, other places, Northern California is expensive. When you go into California, it's even more expensive. But that's the problem with moving by the sea is the economic opportunities. That's why my first thing that came to mind was Everett, Washington. Anyway, does that help? Does that help, lad? All right. Now we get some other questions. It doesn't help. No record. You can come back and refer to this live stream later. Now let me see if anybody else dropped a question in the community pad. They didn't. Okay, I've probably lost everyone else. All right. Let's go back in here. Oh, Lady T. All right, Lady T. You're welcome. So, all right, let's go look through the other questions here. All right, Lady T. We have yesterday questions. Donna H. So let's see, if we go back, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, there we go there. Melroy. Is Melroy still here? Is Melroy still here? Let's write the handle down. MELROY0709. And can you tell me about my career? Is that a future career or the present career? Okay, that's one question. There's a Rachel. I think a Rachel had a question too. Rebecca Davis left me. Hello from Maine. Okay. I'm looking for other questions. There are some other ones in here. We're two devising it here. Okay. It's Light, Rachel, Melroy. All right. And thank you, Lady T, for putting your question in my community post. Okay. Raleigh. All right. I don't think Rebecca T had a question. Melroy. All right. Okay, so what country should you go? Australia. Maybe you go to Australia, Melroy. Donna P.H. Oh. Come on. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, Melroy. I don't know if you're still here. Otherwise, I think I will go on to some of these other people from yesterday, whom I didn't get to. What, hour and 14 minutes into the stream. All right. All right, let's go do this one, and then we'll move on to Melroy. See if Melroy is coming back in here. I don't know if Melroy's back in here. I'll put Melroy back here. Okay. All right. Let's go clear the air. All right, Lady T. I hope that you find a place by the sea. So just check out Washington and Oregon. Tillamook is, there are opportunities in agricultural. Lincoln City has opportunities for work in casino. There's a tribal casino there. There's also a tribal casino in Florence, though I heard that it's really super easy to get fired there. One of my neighbors went to go work there, and I think he's working at a Safeway down there now too. But Florence, Lincoln City, Tillamook, Astoria. I don't know about Astoria, though my ancestors settled that in that area. I do feel my ancestors when I go to Astoria and when I go to Seaside. But my first thought, Lady T, was Everett. All right, let's clear the air. 444. Stay the course. Yep. Mother Mary, Julie has a question. Mother Mary, Julie wants to know if her ex will come back to her. She is suffering being away from him, and she just wants to know if this breakup is temporary or is it forever. All right. So this is Tools of Fortune. Like and subscribe if you like my content. Otherwise, that is fine. Readings are free, but donations are accepted. I have a PayPal link on my channel header page, and please feel free to leave questions on the post, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. Extensive questions will get their own video response. All right. For Julianne. For Julie Minois. Okay. Is Julie's relationship over forever? Okay. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women, is the fruit of your womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Julie now and all throughout her journey. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed are you among women. Blessed is the fruit of your womb, Julie. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for Julie now and all throughout her journey here. Well, Julie, maybe. Jack might come back with some bold leadership, some bold action, some decisive decisions that you could make. A solid foundation was laid under this relationship, but there's a lot of inner conflict. There's a lot of fighting going on and hostility. So it is possible that this relationship is over with forever. But there's a possibility that he might come back. I think I phrased that question right. Was this relationship over forever? And the answer to that question is maybe. My candle went out. It ran out of this. He might come back. Maybe. You can't forget about him. But the reasons for why he left is because of this, of the conflict, the fighting, and all of the voices of conflict, of turmoil that existed there. So, Julie, I don't think I answered this question right, Julie. I don't think I answered this question right. Let's go see what the vibe is. What is the vibe of Julie's relationship with Jack? What is Julie's relationship with Jack like? What is Julie's relationship with Jack like? What is Julie's relationship with Jack like? Interesting. It's probably because she's not here that difficult to get a good reading here. I guess if I'm going to read this right, what I see here, Julie, is that you need to take some time and slow down. Get out of yourself. Go smell the roses and see that there are other possibilities out there. So, yes, he might come back, maybe. But it'll require a lot of you taking the initiative. It'll require a return to stability, and it will require you guys to stop fighting. That's how you get him back, to stop fighting, to build the stability in your house, and to that you are going to have to take that role on, this role on, to entice him to come back. But don't manipulate him. But you need, but in this time being right now, Julie, you need to spend time with yourself out in nature, just being you in nature, enjoying what nature has to offer. When you are in a place that you are not thinking about Jack and whether or not Jack will come back, you can open yourself up to new possibilities. Maybe you have a dream that you just put away that you want to see if you can achieve. You can believe in yourself and spend time in yourself and getting to know the roses of your life, of who you are. I know this is not the answer you wanted, Julie. You wanted an answer that yes, Jack will come back, and maybe he will. Maybe he will. But in the meantime, you need to get your house in order. And the way to get your house in order is to be you again. Slow down, take time for yourself, be you, and open up your life to new possibilities. Dream again. Make up your own mind on things and believe in yourself. All right, Julie? I hope that helps. So let's go. Since there's no more new questions, I will go to. Is Melrose? Is Melray? Is Melrose still here? Is Melrose still here? Is Melrose 0709 still here? My first thought on this was Australia. I think that in your question being Melrose, I'll write it down. There was a little bit more to it. What country should you go to business in? Go to business in. So you are a business owner and you want to know where you should go to business in. Career, Career, career. Obviously, this is about your future career, not your present one, but you want to go to another country to do business. So, is it sales? Is sales something you're looking to do? I don't know if you're still here, Melville. I doubt if you are. So we're going to just try and see what we come up with. You're not here. Maybe you are here. I don't think you're here. I don't get the sense that you're here. So we're going to try and we're going to do this blind. We're going to do a blind reading here. All right, let's clear the air. I got roughly half an hour before I'm going to need to empty my bladder out. So we got 3 questions, half hour. All right. And that's about how much battery life I have too on my phone. Let's clear the air. Mother Mary Melroy has a question. Mother Mary Melroy wants to know about his future career. What is he supposed to be doing? In what country is he supposed to be doing it in? Okay. I need to recenter myself here for this. So all you guys listening in, can you please be here with me? All of you, please be here with me, and we will attempt to reach into Melrose consciousness. Think about Melrose. What does Melrose want? Where does Melrose want to be? What is Melrose good at? Mother Mary, guide us to help Melro to discover what occupation he is supposed to be doing. So I want to ask everybody who is here in the chat, who's here lurking in, who is listening in, who's pausing here for a while, help us, be with us right now, present in this moment, to help our brother Melro to uncover what occupation he is supposed to be doing and where in the world that he wants to do it in. Okay. My first thought was Australia, because I was thinking he wanted a career in business, to be like a salesperson, to set up a business. And I think that it's either Australia or New Zealand that has the freest business laws in the world. Let me see if that's right. So we're going to start there. Business, freedom, country. So the questions, okay, so according to the AI, I guess I was wrong about that. I guess Australia, because I like Vegemite. So the AI says that your top, if you want to set up a company, a factory, or a business-friendly environment, Melroy, you should think about Singapore, Switzerland, Ireland, Taiwan. You look down here, there's New Zealand, Luxembourg, and Estonia. So your top ranked place are Singapore, Switzerland, Ireland, Taiwan, Luxembourg. So that is if you are like if you got a big pile of cash. So if you have this big giant pile of cash that you're sitting on and you want to go open up a business someplace in the world, you might think about going to Singapore or Switzerland. All right? So let's go see what the cards say about your we'll write that down. It was, let me go back to that. Let's go write those things down. It was Singapore. This isn't any psychic thing we're going on. We're just looking at the old internet. Singapore, I can't even say it right. Switzerland. Ireland, Taiwan, and then there was Luxembourg. I'm running out of room. Luxembourg. New Zealand. And then there was my pick, Australia. So how do we determine what this is? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, you know what? Let's use a dice. So, Melroy, if you are still there, which I know you're not, but nevertheless, we're working on your question. Okay, 1 for Singapore, 2 for Switzerland, 3 for Ireland, 4 for Taiwan, 5 for New Zealand, and 6 for Luxembourg. Okay? We're just going to roll a dice. Roll the dice. Let the random chance of dice of where you can go. If you don't like it, that's fine. You can pick your own place to go. You probably already have a spot in mind that you want to go. So let's see. Okay, lucky dice. 2, Switzerland. All right, there's a place you can go, Switzerland. Everybody owns a gun there, don't they? Switzerland. You can go to Switzerland, Melroy. All right, now let's go take a look at attributes about your career. What can I tell? What can we tell you? What can I tell you about your career? Too bad Melroy wasn't still here. All right, let's just see. I'm getting tired. All right. What can you tell me about his career? What about his career? What do we need to know? Okay. A couple cards just flew out. We have the numbers 4, 3, and 1. 7, 8. So 4, 3, 1. That turns into an 8. So if we look at the number 4, about maybe houses. Something that... So what can we tell you about your career just by these numbers here? I need another piece of paper. All right. About your career. The number 4. What do we know about the number 4? The number 4 is about stability. So you want a job that is going to give you stability in your life. So it may not, you may not be making, you may be want to be rich, maybe you don't want to be rich, but you want a job that will allow you to raise a family. Stability, your feet down on solid ground. You also want a job that allows you to express yourself. Express yourself. So maybe you're a writer. Of course, a writing job will not gain you stability, but maybe you write code writing. Maybe you're a computer person. They're in AI hasn't fully set in yet, so code writing jobs are going to get used up by AI and artificial intelligence. So maybe code writing isn't something that you can express yourself. So maybe graphic design. Well, these are all jobs that maybe express yourself, but maybe that is what we should be looking at here is sales. Sales is a way to express yourself because you want stability. And the number 1. 431. And 1, we are looking at things that allow for new opportunities. New opportunities. You want new opportunities that will result in stability that allow you to express yourself, express who you are. So, that could be that could be a possibility. So let's take a look at what we have here. I'm assuming because you want to go to some other country and it doesn't matter where. I'm thinking it's something like this, that you are good at selling things, and that selling things is something you can do anywhere. And if you want to set up a business in another country, sales is a way to go. All right, so let's take a look at this 4 card and see what this 4 card has on it. Some words that may stand out. This is on the 4. And so 3 plus 1, so 4, 4. 4, 4. And so stability, stability. Something that gives you stability. And that you want to be able to earn enough. You want to have enough. Enough is hard to come by. So maybe it has something to do with sports. Sports betting. Sports betting. Sports team. So maybe something to do with sports. Okay. Are you an athlete? Well, you're not here, so you can't answer that question. Import.